Can you guys hear me now? Still nothing? What in the world? Can you guys hear me now? Still nothing? What in the world? Can you guys hear me now? All right, now let me take my YouTube off because I gotta mute my YouTube. Okay, now you can hear me, right? All right. I always have that issue. I'm not even sure why. Actually, now I think I know why. And I don't think it was my microphone either. I think it was user error. Y'all know all this stuff is foreign to me. I'm not even gonna lie. So how is everyone this evening? I wanted to come on this evening and answer some comments and have a little chitter chatter this evening. I'm having tea, no cocktail this evening. It's Tuesday night, so we're gonna keep it with tea. Keep it at tea. I probably could use a cocktail though. Rosas from Atlanta. Hello. Yes, very long day. Very long day. Longer than long day. But I'm here. We're all here. Cincinnati, Ohio. Thank you, P. Teach. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here. Nina Glam, thank you. I love this. Isn't it good? This is from one of my favorite little stores, Fashion Czar Boutique. Yeah, I love this. It is let me tell you, who is it? It's supposed to be Clarissa Shields, the greatest woman of all time, is what the outfit is called. It actually came with a pair of leggings, but I'm so here for the shirt though. I love the shirt. She's like all blinged out. Y'all know I love some bling, right? Kiera, yes, you caught alive. I'll link the information for it. It's from Fashion Czar Boutique. So a little store that I share with you guys all the time. But I saw this, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to have that. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna put the link. Well, I'm gonna attempt to put the link in the chat area. Sometimes YouTube, for whatever reason, when I'm logged in, Zooming doesn't allow me to interact in the chat area for whatever reason. So if you want to come on and chat with me about what I'm going to talk about tonight, feel free. But I gotta make some rules, okay? Don't come on camera eating, please. Please don't come on camera eating, and try to stay on topic if you are going to come on camera, and absolutely turn your camera on if you're going to come on and chop it up with me. That's a must. The people want to see you. So the title of my live stream was actually Fact Over Feeling, and I wanted to talk about that tonight, just basically because of my video yesterday and because of some of the comments on my video yesterday. You gotta love the comments, right? But as much as the comments kind of make me cringe sometimes, I love reading the comments because sometimes I get to see things from different angles when I read the comments, as well as I'm sure you guys do as well. But the first thing that I wanted to say tonight was that someone commented that I changed. They're like, I've been following you for 3 years and you changed. Well, if you're following somebody and you've been following them for 3 years and they don't ever change, stop following them. They're not helping your glow up. They're not going to help you grow and change. We all have to grow and change. And you guys helped me grow and change. You guys have been the reason for a lot of my grow and change. I started doing videos on my cell phone, right? And I think that it was turned, I know it was turned around to my forward facing camera, no microphone, no nothing. And tonight I'm back on my MacBook camera again, and you guys were like, oh, your audio sucks, Eva, your lighting, Eva. So I was like, okay, if I want to keep the people here and I want to keep them interested, let me do better. So let me, start doing some things. And if it wouldn't have been for that, I would still be sitting here with my OnePlus 8 recording videos, because I was always like, hey, they can hear me, they can see me, they know what I'm saying. But of course I want to improve, and I want you guys to want me to improve and to grow just the same way that I want you guys to grow and improve and become better. And that's the majority of what I speak about. So we all have to grow and change. So when I read that, I was kind of like, that's what's supposed to happen. Definitely supposed to happen. Hey, product junkie, I'm well. How are you? Kit, I have a question. My ex, who was engaged at the time, asked if there was hope for us after 7 years. I told him to marry her. He did. Years later, I want him back. Kit, no. You are going to move forward. Love is in your future. He is your ex for a reason, right? Maybe you could be his friend. I don't know, but no, he moved on. And if there was hope for you guys, you would probably still be together. Eden said, I just about got that Oprah show lighting going on. Yeah, that's his light over here tearing up the side of my face. All right, so let me see if I can get the link in the description box. And while I'm working on that, so someone asked me, actually, in the comments, someone asked me about my situation yesterday. They asked me, why did I not have my husband take care of that for me? And let's see, is it going to go? No, it's not going to go. Wow, this is so weird. Why I do not have the ability to chat on my own live stream. Super weird. I don't know why that is. Yeah, I didn't have my husband do that for a reason, because, hang on, you guys. Okay, so when you're married to someone, you guys know each other's strengths and each other's weaknesses. And one thing that I will tell you about my husband and I is that when talking has to be done and there has to be calm and there has to be, That's me. I'm always going to go into those situations first before I send him in, because my husband is coming in the door bucking. And some of y'all know how that is. My husband is like, no, the only thing he hears is that someone did something to his wife, and he don't even need to know the whole story. He just needs to know that I feel some type of way, and he's out the door. And so I was like, yeah, we'll send him next, because he can't talk people down like I do, but he can easily escalate a situation. So that was the reason why I did that. Is Izzy B in here? Because that looks like that's probably the only way I'm going to get the um, link into the chat section, is to actually email it to him. Let's see if I can chat here. Let me try it on here. Oh, okay. I can chat here. So we'll do it. I'll do it like that. Can I share my skincare regimen? Chrissy's unpopular opinions. I have a whole video on my skincare regimen. A whole video. Yeah, I'm able to type in the chat on here. So that's how I'm gonna put the link in there before I dig into this topic here, just in case anyone wants to join me. Go to okay. Yeah, I do. I have a video about how I got rid of my moles and freckles. I want to do an updated video because a lot of people have asked me, did they come back? And I've heard people say that they got theirs removed and they came back, but mine's have not returned. So the only ones I have are the ones that the freckles that I left alone, which were like, which are my flat freckles that are actually on my skin. So yeah, that method actually worked for me really well, and other people that I know as well. So Kit said, why can't we be friends? We absolutely can be friends. Lovely. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. All right, let me add the uh-oh. I guess it doesn't let you paste in the comment section, is what I'm getting. So I know how to fix that. All right, the Zoom link is in the description box below. I don't know why I have to go through that every single time. Every single time. Oh, Monique, I'm so sorry to hear that. But guess what? That means that there's something else out there waiting for you. There's something right around the corner. And it's not depression. Take your moment, have your moment with it, but get up, dust your boots off, and know that there's something better waiting for you. Something much better. Okay. All right. So we can get started. So I have Bree H entering the waiting room. We'll let Bree in. Bree, don't forget, turn your camera on. Are you there, Bree? Her audio is connecting. Are you there, Bree? Bree went away. Okay. All right. So my very first comment that I wanted to talk about tonight was a comment that I read stating that I didn't pull I should have printed off the comment. So someone commented that you were trying so hard to convince us in your What Black Men Feel About Black Women video, and we told you that Black men were horrible. So first I want to start off by saying this as well. I know I do not put all Black men into the same category. Absolutely not. I am married to a Black man. Remember, he's amazing. He would never disrespect, any woman, period, ever. So I do not lump all Black men into one category. Now, when I did that video, in the very beginning of the video where I went out into the streets and talked to the brothers, I said this. I said, I wanted to do that because of the fact that I hear so much stuff on the internet about how Black men feel about us, right? They hate us. They don't respect us, so on and so forth. They think we're loud. They think this, they think that. That hasn't been my experience with Black men in general. And so I don't spend a lot of time on social media, but a lot of my viewers often come to me and ask me, hey, what do you think about this? Or did you see this video? Or did you see that? And so sometimes I'll go look at things and I'm like, oh, wow, well, I didn't know, that that's the way that things were. And I do know and understand that oftentimes what goes on the internet, a small portion of it is real life, right? Let's be very clear about that. So I was like, I want to go out and talk to some real men, some real brothers who are not hiding behind a computer screen with no avatar or thumbnail or whatever you want to call it. And I want to ask them how they feel, right? Now, did I think that they were going to be brutally honest with me? No. But I didn't think that they would. And I still don't feel like any of them flat out lied, right? And so that was my thing. I wanted to go out and just talk to real men who were not hiding behind a computer screen and get a better understanding of what they thought, what they felt, and possibly why they felt that way. And I hope that everyone understands that, because also the fact that I'm never trying to lump anybody, everyone knows that when I speak of a situation or something that, is not right, it doesn't mean everybody. Not at all. And I honestly thought that I really enjoyed doing that video. And I never got a chance to go out and talk to women, but at some point in time, I would like to go out and talk to just random women and ask them, but you guys are gonna have to be nice because y'all almost got me shredded apart out here in these streets, dragging old Jay. That was a mess. Yeah, they exactly, Patricia. They said how they felt, and that was all I wanted to do. I wanted to talk to real men, basically. Um, Now the next comment was about how instead of turning that video into a session basically about dragging Black men, it should have been used as a teachable moment to teach us about patronizing the business of individuals who don't care about us. And I can agree with that to a certain extent, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, we don't really need that teachable moment. Now, do we? Let's be very clear about that, because we all know this. And I stated in the video, I knew how the other gentleman was going to handle the situation. I knew that. I was not taken aback, shocked, surprised, or any of that by the way that the other gentleman handled the situation. What surprised me was the brother, because here's how I feel at the end of the day. I think that if the jeweler and the brother were standing on the side of the street and somebody snatched me into a dark alley and started to attack me, I would hope that they would both come to my rescue and help me, right? But just this thing in my brain is going to assume that the brother's going to be the first person to come down that dark alley and fight for me, right? Help me, protect me. But that wasn't the way that things went that day. So that was my thing. That's the only reason why that part of it was shocking to me, because some people I expect to behave a certain way. I expect for him to do that. It does, honestly. It's Dr. Bree. Honestly, it doesn't surprise me with Black men. And see, that's the thing. Like it does surprise me for some strange reason. It really does. It surprises me that we're here. Honestly, it really surprises me, because it's like, how did we get here? Daddy, please leave. Please. And see that's the thing, that in reading the comments, Chrissy's unpopular opinions, that's the part that really surprised me, was how many women actually feel this way. It's like that's not a good thing. How many women actually feel the very same way, unprotected, just out there on their own. I said something in that video that I thought about. I said, I have a whole husband at home, right? So there's a thing in me that, when things occur in my life that, turn into man business, then I can come home and I can tell my husband, I can say, hey, I need you to, and he can go and handle the situation for me. But then I think about women who don't have that in their life, and they're just out there, left to fend for themselves and to get through it all alone. I think about that type of stuff, and I'm like, wow, you know, sometimes we marry women, there are some things that we take for granted. We take for granted the fact that if there's a bump in the night, we don't have to be the first person to get out the bed and see what the bump in the night is. If we get involved in a confrontational situation with a gentleman, which should never be the case, like that should just never be the case. K Smith says, I'm married and I feel that way. Yeah, Rose, I agree. There are very few men that make you feel protected. And listen, I spoke about that before, how when I grew up, there was no one in my world that I felt safe around. Like none of the men in my life protected me, period. And so now it wasn't until later on when my father showed up on the scene that I finally felt like, okay, then I have someone to protect me. But I never felt protected as a young girl. And I thought about my response yesterday versus what my response would have been 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it wouldn't have been good. It would have been so bad. It would have been full of cuss words, and the gentleman probably would have had to call the police on me. But I have learned how to remove my emotions from a situation where they're not going to help anything and they're not going to solve any problems. And that's the thing about it. Yesterday I was dealing with facts, and I've learned how to remove my emotions from stuff like that. Just go with what I have. I'm not going to stand there. I'm not going to argue with anybody. I'm not going to have an ugly confrontational moment, because that type of stuff never makes you feel good. And then you're mad about it and your heart's racing and you're stressed out and you want to, yeah. Chrissy said, I'm you 10 years ago. Yeah. I mean, imagine, you have to think about this. This is a horrible situation to be in, for the simple fact that you have one gentleman that has just basically told you, I don't hear nothing you say. Get the hell out of my face, lady. I know I wronged you, but I'm never going to cop to it. Goodbye. And then you have another gentleman who's antagonizing the whole situation. And then there's you, right? Someone in the comments said, well, the guy felt it was necessary to stick up for his friend or to defend his friend. Like 5'3", 139 pounds over here. Nobody, I was a threat to no one, and there was no stress. There was no, but the brother started in very early with, yeah. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, my sister, which was really antagonizing behavior, which I have noticed that they do to us sometimes. And I don't know why, because they always talk about how we like to perform, right? Oh, they'll show out. Oh, they get mad. They go to cussing. They go to acting crazy. But oftentimes I have been in a few situations where a man has been the one antagonizing the situation. Like I had told you guys one day about a situation when I was in the drive-thru at Burger King, and I was getting something for my husband and one of his employees. I was in the line. I was getting them lunch, and a car, I was gonna be next, and a car was like right here. And I was just listening to my music, and I was like, oh, I know this guy is gonna pull in front of me. I know he's gonna do it, you know. And as soon as the car ahead of me left the speaker, the car that I thought was gonna try to push in front of me, he did that very thing. And as soon as he started driving in front of me, I just put up my hands. I started laughing. I said, "Oh, you gonna do me like that? You gonna do me like that?" And he started laughing and he backed up and he said, you know, like, "Go ahead, you know, like I was just trying you." When he got him back of me, pulled him back of me as I'm pulling to the speaker, he got out and said that, "Oh, I thought you was gonna go crazy." I said, "Look, she gonna act a fool. She gonna." So if you thought I was gonna act a fool, if you thought that if you looked at me and said, when I pull in front of this woman, she's gonna go crazy, but you pull in front of me, you attempt to pull in front of me anyway. Why though? You know, why? Just like I said when I talked about it the first time, so that he could pull his phone out and record me and say, "Look at this crazy ass black woman over here. Look at her. Look at her." Look at her over here ramming my car with her truck. She done lost her mind. She done went crazy over here. And then when the police showed up to arrest me, I wouldn't even be able to say, "Well, you know, he triggered me." The police are going to say, "Ma'am, you need to be in control of your feelings and your emotions. There's no excuse for this type of foolishness." Yeah, Proverb 3:10. Yes, he wanted me to act up. So Debbie Green says there are enough BMs to be alpha, but we tear them down too often. I don't know. I don't know if we would, or do we have the ability to tear down a true alpha? I don't know. Young says, you actually look really tall. I hear that all the time. Eva wears extremely high heels. Yeah, you guys are right. I do need to stop referring to these guys as gentlemen, but I don't know what it is. It's just it's something I say when I just want to keep it. I want to keep it cute, keep it classy. Yeah, the peach unicorn. Yeah, I think an alpha would be so unbothered. Yeah, I don't think you would be successful at tearing down an alpha male, not a true alpha male. Beta, Debbie, I agree. You cannot let people bring you out of character. That's something I think about all the time. I think about that now because when you do that, you have lost control of the situation. Like you have no control. The other person is controlling the outcome of the situation now. You know, you have no control and you can't let people have that type of control over you. I refuse. I absolutely refuse. At Eva Monroe, alphas don't seek the opinions of pheasants before they act like rulers. Absolutely. Proverb 3:10. Debbie Green, absolutely. Our mouths can ruin us by saying things in anger. 100%. That's, yeah. Yeah, I still wear high heels sometimes. I think I had on a lot of high heels in my last video, my dress video. Black love. I didn't experience hyper emotional men and boys in my youth and early adulthood. What happened? What happened is it's a whole new day. Like it's a whole new day out here. Like I don't know what men just don't behave the way that they used to behave anymore. They don't. And it's different. It's different out here now. I think sometimes I see more men that are more emotional than women. And there's such a role reversal because now they're like super duper emotional. And oftentimes we're not, we're hard, too hard, according to them. A man who lacks self control can rightfully be an alpha. I don't know if I agree with that. Can or cannot. I believe that an alpha male would definitely have self control. Melanated 1360. No, I'm not. No. And thank you. Are there 273 people in here? My thing says 26. Oh God. It's the music and the reality TV shows. Yeah, that's a big part of it, but it's this world that we live in. It's the internet, it's TikTok, there's so many things. There's such a role reversal right now. Such a role reversal. Eden Adele, yeah, absolutely cannot. Camille, I think we're both to blame, honestly, because I think that to a certain extent, we've given up on each other. And we always hear, it's always a lot of this, right? We always hear, oh, Black women don't respect us. They think they're better than us. Oh, Black men don't respect us. They go out and get someone from another nationality. They treat them like a queen. They don't respect us. And so no one ever wants to come together and say, hey, you know, maybe we should try to fix this. Like what would it take to fix this thing here? Right? For every action, there's a reaction. I think that's one thing that men won't cop to. They won't cop to that. Like, how did we get here? Right? That's the thing that they really have to sit down and do some soul searching and think about, how did we get here? And we can blame everything on our mothers. That's cool and fine. But as I speak about all the time, once you get to a certain point in your life, that's not your excuse anymore. That can't be your excuse. You got to fix that. Candy Shell, how would you handle letting men know you date multiple people, not sexual, just dating? Let them know. You have to let them know. You have to be honest. Like, you have to give someone the respect of knowing that, hey, I'm not exclusive to you. I'm dating other people. which would be, it would be safe to assume that if you're dating someone and there's no talk of marriage, you're not in a committed relationship. I don't feel like, though, I don't feel like you have to be in detail about it, though. You don't have to sit up there and say, yeah, so I go out with Charlie on Tuesday and I go out with Ted on Thursday. No, just, you ain't the only one, boo. And until you start talking about, you know, jewelry, this is how I'm living. But that's just my opinion. Just my opinion. And set some limits and boundaries as to how long you will be dating this individual. Oh, Mrs. Pleats, thank you. Thank you so much. No, someone says I think Eva is a Taurus. No, my mother is, though. Yeah, my mother absolutely is. Okay, I want to talk about something. Hey, Larry Walker. I want to talk about something that's kind of, this is going to be a little bit touchy, okay? But it's a little bit concerning to me. It's a lot, it's different, you know. So I was looking on TikTok and I saw this video of this gentleman, and he was saying he had a package of, he had a full face of makeup on, and he had a package of makeup remover wipes. And he says, I keep these with me because when I see a bad bitch, I wipe all this off my face and I'll be like, hey girl, how you doing? He started talking in his man voice, right? And I was looking at the comments, okay? There were a lot of comments, a lot of women in the comment section were saying something that blew me away. Oh no, you ain't gotta wipe the makeup off your face. I'm okay with both. You know, I'm okay with bisexual men. This was a lot of Black women that were saying this. Now, I'm not, y'all know I'm old. Okay. We just gonna get that out the way. I hit the wall like how many years ago? And I hit it with style and grace, as I always like to say. This is new to me, right? This is so new to me. And I just, it's also, it's very concerning to me though. I just think to myself, these were some younger girls, because if I could think about, I don't ever feel like I've ever been in competition with another woman, but I know there's no way in hell I would want to compete for a man's love with another man. I feel like this thing is like, I don't know. I feel like it's dangerous, but at the same time, I feel like there's so much of it going on now that I think maybe women feel like, well, you know, I gotta get what I can get. I'm not even sure. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure where this comes from. When I saw that, I was just like, I was blown away. Sage say you didn't hit the wall. according according to YouTube standards, yeah, I did. But I'm cool with it, child. And anybody else who's getting ready to hit it or whatever, I say hit it with style and grace, you know. I don't have a problem with my age. That's the thing about me. Like, I also see a lot of women in the little videos and stuff who are the reels and stuff who are like 40. Who I look there, I'm like, child, 44. I'm 44. 44 and loving every minute of it and proud of it. And you could not pay me to be 20 again. I just wouldn't. I'm cool on that. Hey, Ladaria, good evening. Barbara, this is Billy. It's gotten out of control. Yeah. Marie says, so I work with younger people and many of the younger men go both. Yeah, I was like, I need some clarification on this because I did not know that this was a thing. Now, and I'm not saying it's good for one, it's not good for the other. I know that young girls, they often, participate in this type of stuff on both sides, but I had no idea that guys were doing the same thing. Cause like I said, I guess I be sleeping on what they out here doing in these streets. And I feel like I've always felt like, you know, pick a side, I think, when it comes to stuff like that. Cause I think that could be a very dangerous game to play, but that's just my opinion. And love is love at the end of the day, but I feel like that's a dangerous game to play, especially for young women. I think that could be really ugly for young women. Dream, I'm 24. I don't know why people tell me it's the best years. I'm looking forward to 30. Yeah, it can be the best years depending on what you're doing at 24. Yeah, Patricia, 20s. Yeah, that's totally out for me. Eden says, even Maram, I'm so with you on the age thing. I'm 59 and it's a gift. I wouldn't trade this wisdom for anything. Yeah. Oh, Larry Walker, you're 62. And that's still not old. I never think that, especially nowadays, because I know a woman who I love dearly. She just turned 70. She is so jazzy, and you would never know that she's 70, but she's not the type of jazzy where she tries to be like 40 and 50. She is a graceful 70 and living her best life. Yeah, I think 30s are lit. I think 30s were probably, if I had to choose between the 20s and 30s, I would probably say I did the most in my 30s. I definitely did the most. But the thing about it is 40 creeps up on you so fast. Like it's like you look up one day and you're like, I'm 33. And then the next thing you know, you're celebrating your 40th birthday. Like it just creeps up on you like a thief in the night. Definitely creeps up on you. Anybody got any good, juicy questions this evening? I left the Zoom link is in the description box. If you're just now joining me, Sheila, being young at heart is the thing, and that's definitely it. Absolutely. I saw someone put at the peach unicorn. Is the peach unicorn, is that Georgia? Say yes if that's you. I'm always trying to remember your name, your screen name. I think it's the peach unicorn though. Yes. Hey, girl. I thought so. Hey, girly. Good to see you here. So I have Tina Martin in the chat room. Tina, turn your camera on. It's hot in here. I don't know if it's hot in here, if it's probably this light that's just.
Yes. Hey, girl. I thought so.
I don't know what happened. How'd I get back on some audio here? I know I have an echo, y'all. Hold tight for me 1 second.
Hey, girly. Good to see you here. I have Tina Martin in the chat room.
Hey.
Tina, turn your camera on. It's hot
Okay.
in here. I don't know if it's hot in here. If it's.
Hang on 1 second, Tina. I got an echo here. Oh, my YouTube is off, so it's muted. Oh, that was you. Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm good. And you?
I'm good.
I just got in from dinner and saw you on. I said, let me log on. I feel like I'm disturbing something because I don't see anything else. I don't see anybody else in the chat room.
Oh, you don't see the chat? No, there's nobody else in here. We're just on a YouTube Zoom.
Okay.
Yeah. Just on a live Zoom.
All right.
You got anything juicy to talk about this evening?
Not really.
No.
I sent out so much love for your video yesterday. I felt so bad for you.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. That was a terrible place to be.
Yeah, what a mess. A mess. But this world we live in. But I tell you what, it'll be fixed, it'll be taken care of, rather. So yeah. I just look at it like that, like, no worries there.
Exactly. Okay, I think I'm gonna switch over to your YouTube version.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for popping on.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
All right.
Carolyn Hampton. Whose birthday is it? I see someone said it's their birthday. Marisha Brown Hamilton. Eva, I love your new look and what you do to your face. I have no camera. Well, thank you. Someone asked me, you guys ask me all the time, do I do Botox? And I'm like, y'all know I don't do Botox. Like, you already know that I do not do Botox. Not yet. But I say it all the time. I ain't above it. Tina Jones Williams. Yeah, Tina. I saw that. I talked about that earlier, and I said that's my way of just keeping it classy and keeping it cute, Y'all give me a word, a not kind word, but a word that ain't like, vulgar to describe these men, basically. And D. Smith, yes, I am. Unfortunately, I didn't want to, though. I really did not. I wanted to do something different for the holidays this year, but my husband has informed me that, yeah, I will be cooking. Miss Pleats, thank you so much. Oh, happy birthday, Carolyn Hamilton. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Individuals. We'll call them individuals. Okay, guess what else? Oh, you know what? I have two things to share with you guys. I should have talked about this in the beginning, but okay, so people keep asking me what I want to name my subbies. And I was like, I have no earthly idea. I didn't even know that people name their subbies, but I will give my subbies the opportunity to name themselves. And I'll let you guys just comment your name that you think that you would like for my subbies to be referred to as, because apparently subbies is not cool and what's hot. So y'all come up with something good, something jazzy, right? Something really jazzy, something good. And whichever name I pick, that person, I'll give you a prize. You'll get a special prize. So the second thing is I finally, and when I say finally, I mean finally, I finally have a Poshmark closet, okay? Now don't run, walk over there because it's not all the way set up yet. I'm actually, for the past few days, I've been working on adding stuff to it. I'm just getting it all set up and ready to go. And I really wanted to do it because, like, whenever I do my haul videos and things, a lot of people are like, we don't have anything like that here. And sometimes I find some really, really nice stuff, but I don't get it because it's not my size. And like brand new tags on it, everything, really nice stuff. But, I've never had a need to get it if I couldn't fit it, because I have enough stuff, that I can fit, that can fit on my body, but don't fit in my closet. So there will actually be stuff of all sizes. So make sure you guys check out my Poshmark closet. Now, I'm trying to figure out a way to do perfume, and I tried to put some on there, but Poshmark caught me. They was like, no, you don't, ma'am. And the reason why they don't like you to put perfume on there is because Poshmark only ships priority. And so you can't ship fragrance priority. So I wanted to do like decants for the ladies who want to try like some really good expensive perfumes and things like that. But yeah, if you get caught, apparently you get into some type of trouble. So I have to figure out another way for you guys to, have the opportunity to try some really good fragrances. But at any rate, make sure y'all stop in, visit I am at Eva Monroe on Poshmark. So E Majors, I like that. I kind of like that. Monarchs. Okay, y'all coming up with some good ones. I see y'all. Jazzies, that's good. Patricia, I cannot say much. I can't name y'all mature divas because then the younger divas are like, we're watching too. So they feel left out. I'm looking at some of these. I gotta scroll back. All right, so I'll have to go back in here and look at the chat. Product Junkie. Let me tell you about me and IG. I don't know why I can't get my IG life in order. I'm really trying. I need to do this. I really do. I need to be better on IG. I need to post. I need to talk. I just stink at it. And sometimes I think about it and I'm like, sometimes you just got to stay in your lane, right? But because I'm on here and so many of you guys would like to communicate with me on IG, I really, really need to get better at it. I really do. Eve's Divas. I like that. That's yes. Love that. All right, y'all coming up with some good ones. I couldn't think of none of those because I was trying to think of names. I was like, what would we even say? I have no idea. Marguerite, well, you need to be teaching me. I need some help, y'all. We will help you on IG. We'll do that. I'm telling you, I really need to be better at that. I really do. Quality content, consistent posts and hashtags. Like I will take a picture, you guys, and I send it to my son and I'll be like, hey, is this a good post? And he'd be like, no, that's not, that's cheesy. So I just scrap the whole thing. I'm like, all right, whatever, forget it. So if there's Marguerite, honestly, yeah, if you whoever, I mean, if you can help me, I definitely could use some pointers. My Instagram is trash. And trust me, I'm well aware of it. If there's a mess of pictures and it doesn't flow. I look at some people's IG and I'm like, oh, that's so nice and so creative, but mine is horrible. And I have Canva. I actually bought Canva. Like, yeah. Think I'm paying for Canva. So I really have no excuse. Indulgent moments. I have not tried that. Raspberry and tuberose. That sounds good. You guys know I'm a tuberose friend. I'm gonna write it down, Marguerite, the PR lady. Yes. Yes, Poodle, I do have an IG. I absolutely do. Hello, Susie Q from Georgia, T Hill. All right. So no one has any questions? No questions, no subject, no topic at hand, no nothing. Don't be shy. Come with those questions. IG is a whole job. Yeah. Oh, Sheila, that's a good question. We just bought that. Is it Ebony Fume or Ebon Fume? Whichever one it is. Yeah, maybe I'll talk about it. Maybe I'll do a review on it. I'll probably put it in a list with some other like fall or winter fragrances. I'm not a fan. And just to let you know that I'm not a fan, it's upstairs in my husband's cabinet. We went to Neiman's. We went to Neiman's about a weekend before last, and he smelled it and he loved it and he bought it. And so when he got it, I think it was like 2 days after he got it, I actually tried to wear it I tried to wear it like 2 days after he got it. And I'm not excited by it. So, oh, the Jewels of Eva, that's a cute one. Have I thought about doing a candle review? What type of candles? I tell you guys, I share my favorite gold souls with you guys all the time. I haven't bought any candles since I've had those. I love those so much. They smell so good to me. I have 3 of them. three gold souls. I have GS, Gold Soul Bomb, Noel, and I have another one in here just in my dressing room. I have three of them. Kayla, how do you get a guy to approach you? You don't get a guy to approach you. Or how do you approach him without being too forward? Debbie Green, thank you. And who else did I saw? I saw someone else was leaving. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We just rambling tonight. I think ways that you get a guy to know that you're interested are just ever so subtle. Like I've never felt like you had to actually, consume his space or be in his face or, even, hey, how you doing? Just a nice smile. I used to have a little side eye thing that always worked that just says, hey, how you doing? Be approachable. That's the number one thing. Be approachable. Because oftentimes if men don't find you approachable, they will not approach you. Even if they're into you, if they like you, they won't approach you. Talia Watkins said, name us after your favorite watch. Y'all want to be called the Rollies? Or the Chopards? Antonio King, I agree. Coming home to a great candle scent. Oh, it is. There's nothing like when you come inside and everything just smells. I used to have this oil that I used to get from this guy, and it was called Fresh. And it smelled so good. Like when people came to my house, they could smell it when they got onto my front porch, and they would be like, it smells so good in here. I could smell it all the way outside. It was a whole mood. And I just remember coming home every day and just looking forward to that smell and smelling it. And it just like relaxing me. And the crazy thing about it is I burned that oil for like 4 years straight. And last year, I think it was during COVID. I actually went to the guy's shop because he moved and opened a new establishment. I hadn't been in there in a long time. And I bought it and I didn't feel the same way about it anymore. I don't know what it was. It was kind of strange, actually. It didn't smell as good to me. But y'all know they water everything down now. They cut everything rather, not water it. Why are relationships getting more difficult? Because people are getting more difficult. Oh, L's Life, oils you blind brought that just aren't working for you. Yeah, I have 2 suggestions for them. Now, if you hate them, get rid of them. However, I do 2 things with them. Sometimes I'll put them in diffusers. If you like the smell, but you just don't, enjoy wearing it or whatever, put it in your diffuser. Sometimes I'll put it in shea butter, like I'll make a whipped shea butter out of it. But more so than anything, I'll put it in a diffuser and just let it smell up the room. Oh, Denise Oates, I don't burn my candles. Yeah, you know what I used to do. Now I do burn them now. I just light them. But you know what? I used to buy those warmers and put them on the warmers, which work so much better. I think they smell better, they last longer, and you don't get soot if they have that problem. Do I love? Yeah, I love vanilla scents. Absolutely. Do you still use micro needle? Yeah. Um, so I had this, I told you guys when I had did my skincare video that I had a 0.25 and I had a 0.5. And my 0.5 needed to be replaced. And so I ordered a new one off Amazon. I don't think the one that I had previously was a 0.5 because this one, oh my goodness, I can barely use it. Like I I was using it like tears started rolling from my eyes. That thing, you look at it and you can see them needles sticking out of that thing. So I use my 0.25 like twice a week because I felt like when I stopped doing it, I could tell the difference in my skin. So it really works for me. It's Miss Row 29. It's at Miss Row 29 on Poshmark. Okay, I forgot all about this as well. I gotta tell you guys this. Okay, so you guys know sometimes I have to make a ass of myself and to help you guys not make an ass of yourself, okay? I got to tell you guys what I did. I had the worst, I had a stinky little thing going on that I brought on to myself, okay? Y'all don't be out in the streets telling people this either, okay? So I want to start going out more, right? And, you know, even though I'm vaccinated, I want to I want to make sure my immune system is like top notch. So I'm reading some different things and I see this recipe for turmeric, this turmeric tea, right? And I actually I have a big bag of turmeric and I use it for my face, actually, the powder. So I use it, I'll put it, sometimes I mix a little bit of it in my bentonite clay. Sometimes I'll put some of it in egg white when I do my egg white face mask, right? So I'm like, oh, I already have some of this, so I don't have to buy that. It called for honey and it called for something else. I don't remember. However, I was making it with a um detox tea bag. The first night I did almost like a half a teaspoon of turmeric and some agave nectar, right? So I drink this like the very first night. And then I was like, ooh, that was a lot. Because turmeric, if you've never like drank turmeric, it's or eaten it or anything, it's rough. Okay. So then after that, I was like, I'm gonna cut back on the turmeric. So I just went to like less than a half a teaspoon. So one day I was out somewhere and I had on this big sweater and I was in my car and I was like, do you smell a little spicy? Like, you kind of stink a little bit, girl. Like, what is really going on here, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, like, what is this? Like, and I'm thinking, like, oh no, is this hormones? Is this like what's happening to me? Like, you cannot cover yourself in like $400 perfume and then go out into the world smelling spicy. Okay, you cannot do that. So I couldn't figure it out. And I was like, one night I was in the shower and I was like, what is this thing that's happening to me? Like it was making me sad almost. I was like, I don't know what's going on with me. Like there, I can smell something and it's not normal. It's not me. And then it dawned on me. I said, it's that doggone turmeric. Got you out here in these streets stinking like a beast, girl. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. Ladaria is good for so many things, but I tell you what. So a friend of mine told me you got to fight it with like cucumbers and lemon and a bunch of other stuff. She told me like drink cucumber lemon water. Yeah, I don't want the fight. I don't need the fight in my life. I'm sorry. I can't take a chance. I cannot take a chance on it. Yeah. It is. It's good for so many things. But I'm going to continue to do my turmeric mask, but I will not be consuming large doses of turmeric. I thought about all the people that I may have been around in that 3-day span. And I was like, I really felt like I may have needed to call people up and apologize and be like, hey, the other day when I came over there, this was my problem. Yeah, it was so bad. It was bad. Turmeric shots instead. Now, what kind of shot? Is it like a shot that you would drink or? Yeah, garlic too. But garlic, I think I figured out how to fight, the garlic thing, and just only I have to do that in small doses as well. But you mix the turmeric powder with water and make a paste. Look on YouTube. Yeah, I'll look it up. But I was cleansed. But I was stinking. I was out here smelling disrespectful in these streets. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you, Nedra. Yeah. Egg is good to make a face mask. You know what? Poodle, I have been doing egg white and toilet paper masks for probably like 20 years. And sometimes I'm shocked when people don't know about it. They're like, you do what? And I'm like, yeah, you beat up an egg white and then you get toilet paper. You take 2-ply toilet paper and you tear it into 1-ply. You only need 1-ply. So if you only buy 1-ply, you're winning. You don't even have to tear it in half. And you put the egg on your face and then I usually tear up a bunch of pieces of toilet paper and you stick the toilet paper, you like paper mache, basically. And you just put the little pieces of toilet paper all over your face. And then I'll go back over it with more egg white. And then you let it dry. And listen to me when I tell you, you are going to feel everything bad getting sucked out of your face. In fact, it's a little uncomfortable when it starts to get hard. But when you look at your skin afterwards, it's amazing. It's one of the best. I've never even bought a mask in a store that works as good as the toilet paper and egg white mask. That is the truth. And then, like I said, sometimes I'll put a little bit of turmeric in with my egg whites. And that's going to give you that brightening. Yep. Yep, absolutely, Poodle. Use stuff in your fridge and in your cabinets. Honey, egg whites, lemons, all that type of stuff will get you right. But I'm telling you, if you've never tried that toilet paper and egg white, definitely try that. Did I shop the Sephora VIP? No, I didn't. How often do I do the mask? I like to do it at least once every few weeks. I don't do it as often as I used to do it, but like once every other week. But it just gives you really good tightening. It's going to suck those pores clean and really good for your skin. Product Junkie, you can't find it's at Miss Row 29. I'm positive that's what it is. Hold on, let me see. Unless they done kicked me out of there already. Let me see. Yeah, it's Miss Row 29 on Poshmark. I don't think you have to put the @ sign though. It's MRSROE 29. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you have to put the @ symbol. Oh, I had somebody in the waiting room, but I guess they went away. Mother 74 and looks 40. Wow. Yeah, egg is also good for your hair as well. Will you do an egg? Yeah, I can do an egg white video. I thought about doing that and I was like, I don't know if they want to see me sitting here putting pieces of toilet tissue on my face. But I would definitely show it on a video. Turmeric, ginger, honey, apple cider vinegar, and lemon on an empty stomach. Yeah, see, you have your ginger and your lemon in there, which I'm sure probably combat the spicy smell. Maybe I need to try that. What do I think about Shein? Brenda Reed asked, I ordered some things from Shein probably about 2 years ago. But I think that if you're looking for something that you don't want to get connected to, you're going to wear it a time or two and then be done with it. I think it's cool for that. Just kind of, what's it called? Is it fast fashion? I think it's probably pretty much what it is. Not really expensive clothes, but I feel like cute little statement items and things like that you can wear with your good blazer or your good slacks. However, my shipping experience with them was horrible. It was so horrible. It took them forever to ship my stuff to me. It took so long that the package showed up one day and I didn't even know what it was. I was like, what is this? I didn't remember ordering it. Pootie, your mother used the whole egg. Yeah, I only use the whites. Candy Shell, how often do you do the egg white? Just maybe every other week. But like I was saying earlier, some people will do it like once or twice a week. LaRonda Pierce. Yeah, the cold air just, I talk about that. My skin is so good in the summertime, y'all. It's so good. It glows. Everything is perfect. And then winter comes and my skin is like, yeah, we don't care anymore. It just lets go. And it's so hard for me. I have to change everything in the wintertime. Like I have to change my moisturizer. I have to change everything if I want my skin to look like anything. Product Junkie said 1-ply toilet paper on your bottom. Why? Some people buy 1-ply toilet paper. And the only time you would be winning with 1-ply toilet paper is when you go to do the egg white toilet paper mask. Otherwise, yeah, not so much. Not so much. Janice Armstrong. Good night, Janet. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So I'm going to get off of here, ladies. I just wanted to come on and chop it up with you all tonight and see what was going on in everybody's world. So y'all send me some video suggestions, some things that y'all want to talk about, some things you want to know about. It's cold outside now, and so I'm back in the house. No more gardening. Actually, I still have some stuff I need to get done out back in my garden. We're still not, it was actually 70, it was like 75 or 78 degrees here in St. Louis today. It was so weird and so random, but it's been cold every other day. So I'm almost done getting my yard winterized. I have so much stuff to do. It's crazy. Terrible. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm going to look through these names and we're going to pick a name for you guys. All right. Good night, everyone. Have an amazing evening.